Good evening and welcome to this service. Let's begin by singing hymn 96, and I will read the first verse. He stood of old, the holy Christ, amid the suffering throng, with whom his lightest touch sufficed to make the weakest strong. That healing gift God gives to them who use it in his name. The power that filled the garment's hem is evermore the same. Hymn 96.
Stood of old the holy Christ amid the suffering throng, with whom his lightest touch sufficed to make the weakest strong. That healing gift God gives to them who use it in his name. The power that filled the garment's hem is evermore the same. So shalt thou be with power endued, like him who went about the Syrian hillsides doing good and casting demons out. The pyramid physician liveth yet, thy friend and guide to be. The healer by Gennesaret shall walk the rounds with thee.
The subject for tonight is good is all-knowing, all-powerful, and ever-present. And I will read from the Bible and from Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. From the Bible, 1 Samuel. Now there was a certain man, and his name was Elkanah, and he had 2 wives. The name of the one was Hannah, and the name of the other Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. And when the time was that Elkanah offered, he gave to Peninnah his wife, and to all her sons and her daughters, portions. But unto Hannah he gave a worthy portion, for he loved Hannah. But the Lord had shut up her womb, and her adversary also provoked her sore, for to make her fret, because the Lord had shut up her womb. And she was in bitterness of soul, and prayed unto the Lord, and wept sore. And it came to pass, as she continued praying before the Lord, that Eli marked her mouth. Now Hannah, she spake in her heart, only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Then Eli answered and said, Go in peace, and the God of Israel grant thee thy petition, that thou hast asked of him. Wherefore it came to pass, when the time was come about after Hannah had conceived, that she bare a son, and called his name Samuel, saying, Because I have asked him of the Lord. And the Lord said unto Samuel, How long wilt thou mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him from reigning over Israel? Fill thine horn with oil, and go. I will send thee to Jesse the Bethlehemite, for I have provided me a king among his sons. And Samuel did that which the Lord spake, and came to Bethlehem. And he sanctified Jesse and his sons, and called them to the sacrifice. And it came to pass, when they were come, that he looked on Eliab, and said, Surely the Lord's anointed is before him. But the Lord said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. Again, Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel. And Samuel said unto Jesse, The Lord hath not chosen these. And Samuel said unto Jesse, Are here all thy children? And he said, There remaineth yet the youngest, and behold, he keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, Send and fetch him. And he sent and brought him in. And the Lord said, Arise, anoint him, for this is he. Psalms. O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Thou knowest my downsitting and mine uprising. Thou understandest my thought afar off. Thou compassest my path and my lying down, and art acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word in my tongue, but lo, O Lord, thou knowest it altogether. Thou hast beset me behind and before, and laid thine hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is high, I cannot attain unto it. Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Or whither shall I flee from thy presence? Daniel. In the 2nd year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams, wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. Then Daniel went in and desired of the king that he would give him time, and he would show the king the interpretation. Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings, and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who hast given me wisdom and might, and hast made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. The king answered and said to Daniel, Art thou able to make known unto me the dream which I have seen, and the interpretation thereof? Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, The secret which the king hath demanded, cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers, show unto the king? But there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets, and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. As for thee, O king, thy thoughts came into thy mind upon thy bed, what should come to pass hereafter. And he that revealeth secrets maketh known to thee what shall come to pass. But as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom that I have more than any living, but for their sakes that shall make known the interpretation to the king, and that thou mightest know the thoughts of thy heart. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it brake in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. The king answered unto Daniel and said, Of a truth it is, that your God is a God of gods, and a Lord of kings, and a revealer of secrets, seeing thou couldest reveal this secret. Matthew. In the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn towards the first day of the week, came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to see the sepulchre. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven, and came and rolled back the stone from the door, and sat upon it. And the angel answered and said unto the woman, Fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Jesus, which was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen, as he said. Come, see the place where the Lord lay. Then the 11 disciples went away into Galilee, into a mountain where Jesus had appointed them. And when they saw him, they worshipped him. And Jesus came and spake unto them, saying, All power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. John. Then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, came Jesus and stood in the midst, and saith unto them, Peace be unto you. And when he had so said, he showed unto them his hands and his side. Then were the disciples glad when they saw the Lord. Then said Jesus to them again, Peace be unto you. As my Father hath sent me, even so I send you. And many other signs truly did Jesus in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book. But these are written, that ye might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God, and that believing ye might have life through his name. Hebrews. The word of God is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and opened unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do. And from Science and Health, with Key to the Scriptures. In public prayer, we often go beyond our convictions, beyond the honest standpoint of fervent desire. If our petitions are sincere, we labor for what we ask, and our Father, who seeth in secret, will reward us openly. God knows our need before we tell him or our fellow beings about it. When thou prayest, enter into the closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to the Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. The Father in secret is unseen to the physical senses, but he knows all things and rewards according to motives, not according to speech. Our Master read mortal mind on a scientific basis, that of the omnipresence of mind. An approximation of this discernment indicates spiritual growth and union with the infinite capacities of the one mind. We approach God or life in proportion to our spirituality, our fidelity to truth and love, and in that ratio we know all human need and are able to discern the thought of the sick and the sinning for the purpose of healing them. Error of any kind cannot hide from the law of God. The three great verities of spirit, omnipotence, omnipresence, omniscience, spirit possessing all power, filling all space, constituting all science, contradict forever the belief that matter can be actual. These eternal verities reveal primeval existence as the reality of God's creation, in which all he has made is pronounced by his wisdom good. The equipolence of God brought to light another glorious proposition, man's perfectibility and the establishment of the kingdom of heaven on earth. Disease, sin, evil, death, deny good, omnipotent God, life. It is unwise to doubt if the reality is in perfect harmony with God, divine principle, if science, when understood and demonstrated, will destroy all discord. Since you admit that God is omnipotent, for from this premise it follows that good and its sweet concords have all power. To admit that sickness is a condition over which God has no control is to presuppose that omnipotent power is powerless on some occasions. God being everywhere and all-inclusive, how can he be absent or suggest the absence of omnipresence and omnipotence. How can there be more than all? God is individual, incorporeal. He is divine principle, love, the universal cause, the only creator, and there is no other self-existence. He is all-inclusive and is reflected by all that is real and eternal, and by nothing else. He fills all space, and it's impossible to conceive of such omnipresence and individuality except as infinite spirit or mind. Hence, all is spirit and spiritual. The sick are terrified by their sick beliefs, and sinners should be affrighted by their sinful beliefs. But the Christian scientist will be calm in the presence of both sin and disease, knowing as he does that life is God and God is all. Because truth is omnipotent in goodness, error, truth's opposite, has no might. Evil is but the counterpoise of nothingness. The greatest wrong is but a supposititious opposite of the highest right. The God principle is omnipresent and omnipotent. God is everywhere, and nothing apart from him is present or has power. Christ is the ideal truth that comes to heal sickness and sin through Christian science and attributes all power to God. Jesus is the name of the man who more than all other men has presented Christ, the true idea of God, healing the sick and the sinning and destroying the power of death. Jesus is the human man, and Christ is the divine idea. Hence the duality of Jesus the Christ. In divine science, man is sustained by God, the divine principle of being. The earth, at God's command, brings forth food for man's use. Knowing this, Jesus once said, "Take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink," presuming not of the prerogative of his Creator, but recognizing God, the Father and Mother of all, as able to feed and clothe man as he doth the lilies. And from the glossary of Christian Science, the definition of spirit: divine substance, mind, divine principle, all that is good, God, that only which is perfect, everlasting, omnipresent, omnipotent, infinite. Please join in a few moments of silent prayer, and then pray together the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Please join in singing hymn 99. And I will read the first verse. He that hath God his guardian made shall underneath the Almighty's shade fearless and undisturbed abide. Thus to myself of him I'll say, he is my fortress, shield and stay, my God, in him I will confide. Hymn 99.
God is guardian made, shall underneath the Almighty's shade, fearless and undisturbed abide. Thus to myself of him I'll say, He is my fortress, shield and stay. My God, in him I will confide. His tender love and watchful care shall free thee from the fowler's snare, from every harm and pestilence. He over thee his wings shall spread, to cover thy unguarded head. His truth shall be thy strong defense. He gives his angels charge o'er thee. No evil therefore shalt thou see. Thy refuge shall be God Most High, dwelling within his secret place. Thou shalt behold his power and his grace, see his salvation ever nigh.
The worldwide organization of the Church of Christ Scientists is made up of the Mother Church, the First Church of Christ Scientists in Boston, Massachusetts, and its branches. This church is one of the branches. We hold services every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. The services are also live streamed on Zoom to those that are unable to join us here in our church auditorium. If you would like the link to the Zoom broadcast, please give your email address to the usher, or if you're watching this meeting on YouTube, send us an email and we'll send you the Zoom link to our meetings. During the Sunday service, children and teenagers meet in our Sunday school. There, they learn to apply Christian Science in their daily lives. This church also provides a public reading room as a loving outreach to our community. There, the Bible, the Christian Science textbook, and other Christian Science literature may be studied, borrowed, or purchased. The reading room is open after every Sunday service and before each Wednesday evening meeting. If you would like access to the reading room at any other time, let us know and we'll meet you at your convenience. For access to our website, our Facebook page, the YouTube recordings of our Sunday services and Wednesday evening meetings, or to follow our Instagram posts, just enter Third Church Miami in your web browser. Everyone is invited to attend our services, use the reading room, bring the children to Sunday school, and visit our website and Facebook page. This meeting is now open to you to share testimonies of healing and remarks on Christian Science. Remember, if you're at home, unmute yourself so we can hear what you have to say. Let us close by singing hymn 485. And I'll read the third verse. You and you only are first in my heart. Ours is a union that never will part, and held in your love without doubt, without fear. I know now within me that heaven is here. Hymn 485.
Creation and Lord of my soul, be to me ever my one and my all. Your presence surrounds me by day and by night, while waking or sleeping I live by your light. You are my wisdom and you are my wealth, you are my substance, my joy and my health, my father and mother, my haven, my peace, my comfort, my healer, my place of rest. and never will part, and His